Welcome back, everyone. I've got a video for you to watch when you're not exhausted. So if you're watching this mid-June, early June, whenever I get it out, and you're exhausted, don't do it because you're not going to be in the right mode. I need you to have taken a breath from the year, really catch your breath, reset a little bit, and then when you're ready to get back on that horse, then watch this video. If you're not ready, don't watch this video because it's going to be an action video. You're going to have to take action. So if you're not ready to take action, if you're just kicking back with a drink watching all of my videos, just pause it, come back to it. Okay, so the reason I created this video is because I've spoken to a lot of leaders, and what COVID did, the biggest impact COVID had was it took their momentum away. There were so many people who were rocking it, they had their plan, and then COVID hit. And for a year and a half, they've been dealing with that, and they haven't been able to get their momentum back. And so this video is about getting your momentum back. And really, it's about getting your mojo back. This book, I love this book. How to get it, how to keep it, and how to get it back if you lose it. Now, I probably read this book maybe 10 years ago, and I'll put it in the description. I know when I don't have my mojo. I know when I'm not in flow. I know when I'm not in stride. And those times when I lose my mojo, it's really uncomfortable because I'm a proactive guy, and you can't be proactive when you don't have your mojo. The second book that this is based on is The Way of the Seal by Mark Divine. This book was not written for educational leaders. However, if you want to create a plan that gets traction and makes you move forward, that's the book for you. And I'll put both of those in the description. Okay, so let's get to the topic. How to get your mojo back, how to get your momentum back. If you've watched my videos or if you know me, there's two things that are extremely important to me as a principal, and it's to be proactive and systemize everything I can. Now, as a principal, you're managing about 100 things at all times, from budget to central office expectations to your parents, to your community, to discipline, to whatever. There's 100 different things at least. And if you can systemize things, let's say into 10 systems, well, now you're managing 10 systems. So I want to be proactive and I want to systemize things. So you're going to hear that throughout this video of my recommendations. So I've broken this down into 7 steps. Now you, depending on who you are, you might add a few steps or cut some steps out, but the easiest that I could make this was 7 steps. Okay, step number 1. Decide on your goals for your campus for 21-22. You gotta sit down and think about it. Now, if you don't have those, then go back and watch my video on data. Do that, do what I tell you in that video, and then maybe you can gain some. But let me tell you my 3 goals at my last campus. And really, they're pretty much my 3 goals for my last 7-8 years. And I was at 2 different campuses. One about 10% economically disadvantaged, one about 95% economically disadvantaged, but they were the same goals. Number 1, I want growth. Student growth, staff growth, community growth. I want growth. So that was one of my goals. The second one was I want a positive culture. And my third one was I want the cleanest building I could possibly get. So yes, that none of those are specifically attached to student scores or to achievement. or to the accountability system. Growth, positive culture, and a clean building. And I've got reasons why, but for the sake of time, I'm staying there. Number 2, I want you to write down your biggest problems, your biggest frustrations, your biggest obstacles that you're dealing with. It could be that discipline's out of control. It could be that you have teacher burnout right now. Completely understand. It could be your scores are terrible. Could be your attendance is not where you want it to be. Your staff and or student attendance. So think about that. So goals, and then your biggest problems, frustrations, obstacles. Write these down. Then I want you to write down what's going right. Do you have happy kids? Do you have an involved PTA? Do you have energy in the building? What's going right? Don't neglect what's going right, because you're going to leverage these in your plan. Number 4, think about who can help you. There's so many times that as a principal, we take it on ourselves to solve everyone's problems. And this is not the time to do it. Really, it's never the right thing to do. But this is the time. Think about your leadership team. Who's on your leadership team? Who's at your central office? Who that really helps you think and helps you think about ideas, options that you don't typically think of. Any consultants that you typically work with. Any parents who are business oriented or problem solving oriented. At one of my schools, I had a ton of parents who owned their own businesses. So I created a little think tank group with all of them because they made me think outside of my normal structure. Okay, then you need to think about creating a space to get that group of people together for a common purpose. It may be that you're going to have a weekend plan, like Saturday. Everybody comes in and y'all have a weekend planning meeting. It could be that you have dinner together. I would recommend you create that space, which means those people for this topic in an environment where you can actually work and brainstorm and write on walls and templates and things. Then you're going to get that group to create a plan that reaches your goals or propels you to your goals, solving the problems that you're dealing with and using what's going right. And it may take you an entire day with these people. So think about breakfast, think about dinner, think about lunch, whatever, because you want a plan. Step 7 is you're going to communicate this plan that team created. Now, typically what happens is you as the principal or the leader, you take it on yourself to create the plan and then try to motivate everyone to accept your plan. The more people you have creating this plan, the better it is to communicate it, because they're all going to be communicating the same message. And when some naysayer out there says something, one of your team members can say, yeah, we thought about that. We considered that. And that's why we're doing this. And so you're creating a group to solve a problem. Then you're going to turn around and communicate y'all's plan that you've created. Think about how you can get your mojo back. Be proactive and systemize as many things as possible as you're going through this. You might even write that on the board of here are our 3 goals. Keep it in mind. We want our mojo back. even as a school, we want our school mojo back. But wrapping this up, because I know I'm over my 10 minutes, really think about your goals. Think about your biggest problems, obstacles, frustrations, what's going right, who can help. Create that space where you have some really good problem solving going on. Design a plan with timelines, and then communicate the heck out of this. Now, I've created a campus needs assessment, and I'm not going to put it in the link, but if you'll email me, I'll start a conversation with you and I'll walk you through it, because I don't want just anyone using this without understanding all the sections of this campus needs assessment. But I'll be happy to have the conversation with you, just you and me talking, no charge. Let's just talk. Let me help you move your vision for your campus forward. That's why I started these videos in the first place. I want to help those of you who are out there who are struggling, and right now, that's a lot of you. So find me if you need me. Everything's in the description down below.